Coming in, a statement that is coming from U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on Iran. He has said, and I quote, that tonight will be our biggest bombing campaign. We will do the most damage to the Iranian missile launchers and the factories that build the missiles. So that's the latest statement as far as the crackdown by U.S. on Iran is concerned. They're saying that tonight will be the biggest bombing campaign. Let me once again go back to Srinjoy Chaudhary. Srinjoy, the escalation only continues, the bombing continues, attacks and counterattacks also continue. And now a statement that is coming from Scott Bessent. He has said that tonight will be the biggest bombing campaign. We will do the most damage and the focus will be on Iranian missile launcher and the factories that build the missiles. So basically cracking down on the missiles as far as Iran is concerned. Give us more details on this.
More than anything else, it's the Iranian missiles that have caused damage. Iranian missiles and Iranian drones that have caused damage and maximum damage to the Americans and the Israelis. Whatever damage there has been, whether in Israel, whether on the American bases or in the Gulf countries, the damage has been through the missiles and these drones. Now, the important thing the Americans and Israelis have realized is to hit other missile capability. Now, it's not just the missiles, but also the missiles that are being manufactured and where they are being manufactured. So it's a lengthy process. So the decision has been taken to hit all the missile factories, all the missile launching sites to ensure that there are fewer and fewer missiles are launched at the allies, at the Americans, at the Israelis, and at the Gulf countries.
All right, so that's as far as the attack on Iran is concerned. Let me also go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's been tracking all the details. Rishabh, take us through what has happened in the last 24 hours. Today is, of course, day 8 of the war. Take us through the attacks and counterattacks that have happened in the last 24 hours as far as Israel, Iran, and US is concerned.
Well, if we talk about the attacks that have taken place in last, 24 hours, while Israel say that they have gone after the top leadership of IRGC, the IRGC headquarters in Tehran has been bombed, areas around Azadi Square in Tehran has been bombed. Israel say that the phase 2 of the operations have begun and they are now targeting every senior military leadership in Iran. And areas in and around Tehran have been bombed. IRGC headquarters and other IRGC stations have been targeted by Israel. On the other hand, Iran has gone after the airports in various places. We have seen that a missile was intercepted in Saudi Arabia where the airport was being hit. In Iraq, we have seen the airport, the US contractor site, or for that matter, an oil refinery has been attacked. As per Central Command of United States, at least 12 locations in Bahrain has been also attacked. So attack and counterattacks continue. While many suggested that Iran would not sustain this war for more than 2 to 3 days.
Absolutely, but we are seeing that the war has continued and the attacks and the counterattacks continue as far as Iran, Israel and US are concerned. Stay on with us, Srinjoy, as well as Rishabh. We have another breaking update coming in. We're learning that as per the reports, US will be deploying the third U.S. aircraft carrier, USS George H.W. Bush, to be deployed, and it will be deployed at the Eastern Mediterranean, is what we're learning. On that, let me once again bring in my colleague Rishabh. Rishabh, we're learning that the third U.S. aircraft carrier, that is USS George H.W. Bush, is preparing to be deployed to that area. Give us more details about this, put this into context.
Well, Kansha, we already had 2 aircraft carriers in the region by United States. Abraham Lincoln and Gerald were already in the region, and the idea was that we will block both the sides of Iran, and the naval blockade will further, choke the attacks coming in from Iran. But that hasn't happened that way. And the way missile attacks continue now, United States believe that they need more forces, if not on ground, at least in air, to ensure that the air superiority continues and the missile attacks that are coming in from Iran can be targeted. The source of those missile attacks can be targeted as well, and hence George W. Bush, USS George W. Bush, another aircraft carrier, is being deployed in the region. Also, we need to understand that the Strait of Hormuz, that is being choked by Iran. While Iran say that we are not stopping it, the insurance companies have stopped giving insurance to the ships that are crossing that region, and hence the supply chain has been affected. While US now say, and this is something that has come to our notice, that US is ready to insure these ships or vessels that will be crossing from Strait of Hormuz. The affected countries have also been taken in confidence, including India, by United States. And with this new aircraft carrier, the main objective is to start the supply chain that has been disrupted because of this war as well. And that's the reason we are seeing that the third aircraft carrier is being moved to the region by United States.
All right, so 2 were already deployed, and now a third aircraft carrier is moving towards that area. Stay on with us to enjoy, and Rishabh,